That Aramandi is a holy grail of Bharatanatyam is a recent development. A deep, sustained Aramandi has become every dancer's dream today, and yet that very thing has kept so many aspiring dancers from practicing and performing on account of the pain it causes to the knees, ankles, back, and other parts of the body. Pooja is one such aspiring dancer. Her story is similar to many others, young, passionate about dancing, and willing to put in whatever it takes. It was after one intense rehearsal session that Pooja came to me. She had been quietly struggling with debilitating knee pain just above her kneecap or patella, a very common area for Bharatanatyam dancers to develop issues from the repetitive striking in their Aramandi position. Pooja recounted to me that not only did she feel the knee pain after rehearsals, but it persisted throughout the day, making it difficult for her to carry out routine daily tasks. She had tried icing it and using over-the-counter medications, but the pain just wouldn't go away. At this point, it was time for her to get evaluated and treated with physiotherapy. When she was cleared to dance, I took her into the studio to check her Aramandi to see if it was the reason for her developing the knee pain. A good place for starting diagnosis of the Aramandi position is at the feet and ankle. The feet should have all three major contact points bearing equal weight. These contact points being the big toe, the pinky toe, and the heel. Pooja's feet inclined towards her big toe with a large gap at the side of her pinky toes and the floor. Her heels came off the floor when she sat in a deep Aramandi. Pooja needed to learn to use all these points equally to bear her weight in Aramandi. This is a matter of mindful practice of feeling for the distribution of weight between these contact points and the floor while dancing. Pooja's range of motion at the ankle joint also needed to be improved. The mobility of the ankle joint is tested by placing one foot 12 inches or a foot away from a wall in the kneeling position and bending at the ankle so as to bring the knee to contact the wall, all the while keeping the heel and toes on the ground. Limited ankle mobility can be improved by doing this movement and holding the position, or by rocking forwards and backwards in this same movement. Next, I checked Pooja's knee alignment and found that her knees collapsed inward in front of her toes in the Aramandi position. It is best that the knees track over the toes, so when a line is dropped from the knee to the floor, it falls along the plane of the toes. Pooja constantly danced in a vulnerable alignment of knees caving forward ahead of her toes. Pooja's desire to maintain a deep turnout at her feet, common amongst dancers, caused her to open her feet in a straight line from one big toe to the other. This causes multiple issues. As she sat in an Aramandi, while her feet were in a turnout, her hips, knees, and ankles did not support this movement. This created a lot of stress to accumulate in her joints. The ankle joint experiences two opposite forces: the feet pulling out, while the remainder of the legs, unable to turn out to the same degree, pull in the opposite inward direction. Then there is the torque and twisting at the knee joint, compounded by the knees gliding forward. This could have led to serious long-term issues including stress fractures, ligament and meniscal tears, joint wear and tear, and so on if Pooja had continued in this manner. She had also incorporated the knee-in position into normal routines like sitting. Pooja needs to start a long program of strength and flexibility to address each of these issues. In the meantime, a safer way for Pooja to continue dancing until her legs became stronger and more supportive of the Aramandi position is for her to bring her turnout to a lesser angle so that her knees track better over her toes. This will help keep her knees from tracking in front of her toes. Eventually, her turnout will increase and have her track her knees correctly. The next checkpoint is at Pooja's hips. The hip stability in Aramandi is what allows for the striking motion to be done without any swaying from left to right and right to left as the dancer taps her feet. Pooja's hips were not balanced in strength and flexibility, and so any movement in Aramandi would cause a sway to one side, a subtle movement that could miss the eye if you were not looking for it. Another unfortunate consequence of trying to sit in a deep Aramandi before the body is ready for it is a pelvic arch. This is the C-shaped curve in the lower back that is produced because of two factors. Factor 1, without having the required strength and flexibility, a dancer will lean forward at the hips to maintain a deep Aramandi. Factor 2, the dancer is corrected by the teacher for the leaning forward, so she pushes her chest back, creating the deep C-shaped arch, also referred to as the anterior pelvic tilt. The chest drawn upwards in an awkward position to try and keep the torso erect can strain both the lower back and the neck. Finally, lowering of the eye angle to observe the teacher sitting on the floor can become habitual, so the dancer always appears to be looking down. Sometimes this is misinterpreted as a lack of confidence. So is the Holy Grail, namely a deep sustained Aramandi without the misalignments and pain, even in the cards or achievable by puja? Every dancer has a unique body, and the Aramandi shape will differ from person to person. But with awareness, diligence, and practice rooted in making change and improvement, every dancer can make significant progress in achieving the Aramandi of their dreams. A program that starts with mobility, activation, strength and flexibility will get you there. Our next video in this series takes you through very important activation exercises that need to be practiced before strength routines can be introduced and incorporated. Further videos will delve into building the strength and flexibility required for the Aramandi. Patience and practice are key elements when you are looking to make long-term changes to your body. Continue your practice in a stepwise manner, building all elements required for your Aramandi. The depth of the Aramandi will improve, and furthermore, your practice will incorporate alignments that are safer for your body. Aramandi is not a natural primal pattern of movement. It is unnatural for our bodies to assume this position. Therefore, how you safeguard your body in this position becomes all the more important. One step at a time, Pooja will work towards a pain-free, deep, sustained Aramandi of her dreams. Let us recap the Aramandi check-ins. Feet weight distribution. The feet should make even contact with the floor, and the distribution of weight should be equal amongst all contact points and the floor. Ankle mobility needs to be worked on and improved if found to be deficient. Knees should track over the toes and not glide forwards. Hip stability and flexibility are critical for allowing the rest of the leg to align correctly. Pelvic tilt must be consciously worked on along with core engagement. The upper body must be erect with shoulder blades pulled downwards and lats engaged. The neck should be in a comfortable position and eyes looking straight ahead.